Hey, what is up guys, welcome to a Forza Motorsport 5 tune showcase video, and in this video I'll be showing my Nissan Skyline R34 drift tune. Now this R34 is actually quite different than the usual R34s you see drifting around. Usually these seem to have like a lot of horsepower, like around 600 horsepower or something like that, and use sport tires and things like that. But this one is only using like 430 horsepower and is on a really low PI. So yeah, I just want to show you this tune, and it's actually really fun to drift, a lot more fun than the higher horsepower cars in my opinion. Alright, we're going to start with the conversions, which is on the end. The engine swap, we left that stock. We are using the RB26 engine, we don't want to use a V8. Then the drivetrain swap, we are obviously changing that to rear wheel drive, otherwise we won't be able to drift properly. And then we're going to the engine upgrades right here. For the air filter, we are using race, the race intake. Then the fuel system is sport. The ignition is sport as well. Then the exhaust is a race exhaust. Then we didn't upgrade the camshaft, so we can skip that. Valves, I don't think we did the upgrade as well. Yeah, it's stock as well. So the displacement, that is sport. Then the pistons and compression, it's sport as well. The twin turbos, we left them stock, no upgrades done to them. So is the intercooler, it's stock. Same for oil and cooling, and same for the flywheel. They're all stock, so we didn't upgrade them. Alright, now move on to the platform and handling right here. We are using race brakes on this car. And we are using race springs and dampers as well for more tuning abilities. We are using the sport anti-roll bars on the front and rear actually, so I can skip that one. The chassis reinforcement and roll cage is sport as well, and so is the weight reduction. So as you can see, this car has like a lot of sport upgrades instead of race. That's to keep the PI low, because for some reason I like to keep the PI on my cars low. So now move on to the drivetrain upgrades. We are using a stock clutch, which is basically sport because the next upgrade is race. So that means the stock clutch on this one is actually sport. The same goes for the transmission actually. We're using the sport transmission, so we can adjust just the final drive, and that's all I need to do. Then the driveline, we upgraded that to race. Then the differential, that is race as well. Now we're going to move on to the tires and rims. We are using the stock tire compound, and that's usually people upgrade to like street or sport, but I keep it as stock because I find the stock tires just feeling the best on this game for some reason. These street and sport tires just feel like a little too twitchy for me. Stock is just really smooth for me, and so I basically use stock tires on pretty much all of my cars. Then the front tire width, I left that stock as well, so that's 245s. Then the rear tire width, that is 285, so we have pretty fat rear tires. That's to like keep up with other people because we're using stock tire compound. So I upgraded the tire width on the rear a little higher, so that is still be able to keep up with like other people that are using like street tires or something like that. Then the rim style, we are using the Folk T37s. I don't have to go to that. Let me see. Where did I? Oh yeah, front rim size, we upgraded that to 19-inch rims, and the same goes for the rear, 19-inch. Then moving on to the aero and appearance. For the front bumper, we are using the Nismo. Or Nismo, I don't know how you pronounce it though, there, wherever you live. Then the rear wing, we left that stock because the stock wing is just, I think it looks awesome. Then the rear bumper, we are using the top secret rear bumper. Looks really aggressive, I like that on this car on the back. Then the side skirts, I kept them stock because I don't really like any of these side skirts for this car on this game. So that is the upgrades. Now I'm gonna move on to the tuning options. The tire pressures. For the front it's 30 and on the rear it's 29. Then the gearings, the final drive, we changed that to 4.2. Then the alignment, the camber is negative 2.5 in the front and negative 0.8 in the rear. Then the toe is 0 in the front and negative 0.1 in the rear. Then the front castle angle is 6.5 degrees. The anti-roll bars, we cannot tune them. Then the springs, the stiffness of them is 981.4 in the front. You might not be able to get these exact numbers, but it's as long as you get like really close to it, it should be fine. Then on the rear, we have 769.7. Then the ride height is just set to the lowest, which is 6.6 inches on the front and rear. Then the damping, we have the rebound stiffness at 7.3 in the front and 5.8 in the rear. Then the bump stiffness, we have that at 6.1 in the front, and in the rear we have that set to 5.1. We cannot tune aero. Brakes we left stock. And the differential is set to 95% acceleration and 85% deceleration. Alright guys, that's the tune and the upgrades for the car. So thanks for watching. If you like to see more of these videos of like different cars, let me know in the comment section and give this video a like. And make sure you subscribe to my channel if you like my content. Alright, goodbye.